Reality slips far away, fiction comes alive, we start to play. Hope is no more behind the closed door as we drift away from where we were before. Hope and hopelessness become one, it's all meaningless, we've already begun. Yup, we are all one and the same, never opposites, we play the same game. So I listen to the world and right from wrong, stay focused so I can stay strong. If you ever wonder why I'm trapped inside, it's probably just because I told a pack of lies. Maybe a dream, maybe it was pride, maybe for myself I often wonder why. Until our very last breath, we're running after life, trying to beat death.
Walking in line between hope and despair, running from the truth, but it's already here. Told so many lies, I don't know if they can find me. Only one life to live, so choose wisely. Heads or tails, they even know beside your own. Doesn't really matter if it's on the same point. If you wanna achieve, you gotta believe the time right now. There's the door, is the key.
Chase the pain, don't let it fade away. There's a ray of hope beyond despair. Move on, look on the truth in this world.
Only one life to live, so choose wisely.
Let the world come, you should find a solution. Beat the twisted evil face. Just do it, go for it.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it! I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. Also, she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. Because of course, I got it. The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were in the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone.
What? All
she's dead, huh?
While everyone else is focused on Sakura, you quietly place the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know would never have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us all to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! 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 I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try and kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario and drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that someone quickly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all of this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves and attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort? Was you, Hina. That's the full truth of this case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand, and that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you just miss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet!
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow, you seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please, grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice, or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What a shocker. You're right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here. So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina! Why do you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you have died along with the rest of us. And if you... Why did you do that?
Yeah, we almost died there.
Because that's exactly what I wanted.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why. I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you?
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
For serious? That's...
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
That's...
I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
Suicide note?
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine.
I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault, after all. But now you're suffering because of me. You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt.
Sakura.
Because of me, my friends are going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina, please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you'd just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable.
No, that was just a misunderstanding.
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding! She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say! Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her! Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina, you came.
Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
A favor?
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura! Let me in! Please open the door! Why? Why'd she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet, you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it.
Hina.
We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner. And we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live!
And that's why you led us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during a class trial.
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long! I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
Of course I know what she was thinking. 'Cause her and me...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is... Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really... like this?
What is that?
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But Hina already...
No, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one that Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
What? Then... you... lied to me?
Oh, don't say lie. That makes it sound dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
You filthy little...
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut!
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I should read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator's voice. But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of the story. The truth is lost in darkness. It gives me the wheelies.
Could you get on with it, please?
Okay. Jeez, talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem.
外現実に一石を閉じて個性を磨け結界悩むなんだよまた一つ消去頭からケツまでそれが我がエンタメだまだ信じないさ紐解いたシャーナイチゲットバスでもっと舞い上がって Everybody put your hands up 宇宙になれる君今だ成長期新世界 Everybody put your hands up さあ fire go さあ fire go きっと連鎖になりたい
Now, wasn't that just a despairing decent video? If you like our content, be sure to drop a subscribe and click on the bell so you get notified when our next video comes out. If you want to watch even more despair, you can click on any of the videos beside me. I'll see you later!